Josef Fritzl complains he's been in jail long enough and dreams of freedom. Can you believe the audacity of that evil monster? Now, Fritzl is the king of bacons. Now, that is not a name anybody wants, but this man is an absolute monster. He's described as the evil cellar monster, Josef Fritzl. Now, I'm sure everybody can remember this case. He held his daughter Elizabeth captive for 24 years. And he has the audacity to say that he dreams of his freedom. And his lawyer, Wagner, is actually, Astrid Wagner, she is actually petitioning or putting an appeal to get him released from prison. Now, he is now 90-year-old and he is in an Austrian prison, which he has been in for some 15 years. He told the court in 2009 sentencing that I regret it with all my heart. I can't make it right anymore. So that was in 2009 when he got sentenced, which was 16 years ago. But Austrian law, if you receive a life sentence, you can apply for parole after 15 years, meaning that this monster, because of his age as well, with him to be 90-year-old, could be eligible for parole, and then he will be able to go on and live the rest of his miserable life out in the Austrian countryside. As he says, that's what he dreams of. He dreams of walking in the fresh air in the Austrian countryside. So Fritzl, it was in 2009, he actually pleaded guilty in Austrian court to along with negligent homicide and the death of one of his infant sons. So, to me, life imprisonment for that monster should mean he should live out the rest of his life inside of that prison. I don't believe the man deserves to be released. Anybody might think differently with him being a 90-year-old man. They might think, right, he served his time, let him finish his life as a free man. Let us know what you think about this, people. But I tell you what, I do not believe he should be allowed to die as a free man. His poor daughter from the age of 18 for 24 years inside of that cellar. That evil monster had his own daughter locked up inside that cellar. And I'll not go through the details because people will already be familiar with this case. This case was known worldwide because it was so shocking. Fritzl the monster was known throughout the world. Now, like I said, one of the charges was negligent homicide. He didn't even help get his own child, if you can call a child, with his child, which was horrible to even think about. But he didn't get any help whatsoever, and that child obviously didn't survive. So I don't believe he should be allowed to survive out in the free world. He should live the rest of his miserable life inside of prison so he knows what it felt like for his daughter. I mean, you can't comprehend what his own daughter went through. But this miserable old man now will be thinking about, whilst he's locked in that cell, thinking about his poor daughter and the children. I'm not sure how many were actually in there. So Fritzl eventually confessed to police he had fathered 7 children with Elizabeth. 3 were kept in the basement, while he and his wife raised 3 of the children. The remains of the 7th little one were burnt in the house furnace, and that was an absolute horrific story. But if you haven't already seen there's a film on Netflix called Girl in the Basement. I watched it with my wife the other week, and I wish I didn't. It was absolutely horrific, and it is portraying what this monster actually done. But luckily, in the end, that daughter, the girl, and the little ones were released, and hopefully they are living a happy life now, because what that monster put his own family, his daughter through, doesn't comprehend, or you cannot comprehend what he actually done. But this was the main news on one of the apps I put on today, and obviously people like to hear about what's happening with these type of offenders. Now, I think because of his age, Fritzl didn't get any sort of prison justice when he went in. Not that I can find out, but the justice is him not being released and living the rest of his miserable life in there. But I'll leave that one there for now, people. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe.